to the May 2019 University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee Commencement Ceremony. Please direct your attention to the floor of the arena. Our procession today is led by members of UWM's distinguished faculty. They represent the more than 1,400 faculty and instructional staff at one of America's top research universities. Today, UWM celebrates the graduation of more than 3,600 students who have completed their studies. Of those eligible to graduate today in our two ceremonies, over 2,400 have completed work on their bachelor's degrees, and more than 800 have reached the conclusion of work on their master's and their doctoral degrees. And now, the procession of our platform party, led by University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee Chancellor Mark Money. Among those who are part of the platform party today are many individuals who coordinate the operation of Wisconsin's only public urban research university. Also present are representatives from the UW System Board of Regents, the UWM Alumni Association, and the UWM Board of Visitors. They're joined by Mark Attanasio, the chairman and the principal owner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Mark will deliver the commencement address. Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, the May 2019 morning commencement ceremony for the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee is about to begin.
Good morning. Welcome to the members of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee class of 2019. Please be seated. I'm Mark Money, Chancellor of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and I'm delighted to welcome all our students, family, and friends to the 120th commencement ceremony. Thank you all for joining us. Will you all please stand for the national anthem? We'll be led today by Gabriel Haas, who graduates with a Master of Music from the Peck School of Arts today. Thank you, Gabriel. Also, thank you to the UWM Wind Ensemble, conducted by Assistant Director of Bands, Scott Corley. Let's hear it for the Wind Ensemble, please. Twice a year, UWM celebrates Graduation Day. For many, these are once-in-a-lifetime days. For others, this commencement ceremony may be a second, third, or even fourth degree. In all cases, this commencement is an important event for you and our state. I cannot stress enough the impact that you and your fellow graduates have. You will be the entrepreneurs who amplify innovation. You will be the class of graduates who fill the talent pipeline and create solutions for companies, nonprofits, schools, and more. And you are the individuals who will solve societal ills, create medical solutions, make metamorphic discoveries, and improve the quality of life for millions through your research. We are one of America's top 131 research universities. This is quite remarkable when you consider that there are 4,324 universities across the country with which we compete for that honor. Our neighbor to the west, UW-Madison, is the only other university in the state to hold that honor. We share the same top-level research status as MIT, Harvard, Yale, Stanford, and other remarkable institutions. So why does that matter? As our city, state, and nation face challenging societal issues requiring urgent innovation and problem solving, it's UWM students from all walks of life who are working together with our scientists, researchers, and organizations to create solutions. UWM is the state's only public urban research university. As a public university, we're unique in that we have a dual access and research mission. We offer the greatest possible education opportunities and support for all students, not just those with resources or famous parents. This diversity of background, thinking, and life experiences brings out ideas that change people's lives. During my 30 years at UWM, I've seen this again and again. I'm very fortunate to visit with UWM alumni around the world, and I'm often amazed at both how far they've gone and how clearly they recognize and reflect and recall the inflection points that occurred to them at UW-Milwaukee. From our alumnus, Satya Nadella, who is the CEO at Microsoft, and alumna Evelyn Brooks Higginbotham, who's a Harvard Distinguished Professor of History, who received the National Humanities Medal from former President Barack Obama, to former student and four-time Academy Award nominee Willem Dafoe in Hollywood. These are the outstanding alumni and students who have provided talent in extraordinary ways. I have the great privilege of hearing how UWM impacted their lives and all of our students and graduates in so many places. Dr. Higginbotham, for example, often talks about the C grade that she received on a paper in an undergraduate course at UWM that changed her entire trajectory. In her words, the critique that she received and the specific ways to frame arguments and provide stronger historic narrative changed her career arc in profound ways. For Dr. Higginbotham, a C grade was the first. That's not the case for me and not the case for maybe some of you, but it's pretty remarkable to have something like that change somebody's life. But UWM, in important ways, has changed you too. And we're extremely proud of your growth and all that you've accomplished. At last count, 3,653 people were eligible to participate in today's ceremony. This includes, for the first time, our associate degree recipients from our new colleges of general studies, who we will be recognizing this afternoon. Each of you has a remarkable story. I sure wish we had enough time to hear each one of yours. What we did do is invite those of you who are graduating to tell us about your experiences so we could capture a few of them on video. We received more than 80 pages of submissions. Let's take a look at the video containing a few.
I was the first male in my immediate family to walk across the high school graduation stage. I had a $100,000 scholarship to go to Morehouse. I had a 2.97 when we were supposed to maintain the 3.0. So I had lost $75,000 that was left on my scholarship. That's when I returned home to come to UW-Milwaukee. So I work as a site coordinator advisor for Milwaukee Public Schools College and Career Centers, working with students on college essays, scholarships. So when I get this master's degree, it's not bragging rights for me. I feel like it's bragging rights for the community, and that's why I do it, working in education, to change lives, to impact students, and to be a role model. I think it's just surreal. And I can't wait to just walk across that stage and be able to take the degree back to my mom, my brother, my daughter, just to be able to show everyone else it's possible. I did it, you can do it. I feel like losing a scholarship was the best thing that happened to me. Coming to UW-Milwaukee made me grow faster. It helped me learn more. It allowed me to get a bachelor's degree and now a master's degree.
It was you who taught me living it. Togetherness.
The summer of 2016, I had the idea to dehydrate watermelon, and it actually tasted pretty good. And I came to UWM, and I found the Student Startup Challenge, and they helped nurture the idea into Light Fruit Company. The Student Startup Challenge was able to give me a small grant to get my first 4 dehydrators and some packaging. But even more important is the knowledge that I've learned through events sponsored by UWM. We had the opportunity to meet with food and beverage startups and manufacturers throughout the Milwaukee area, really accelerating business. Over the next year, Matt and I were able to compete in and win 7 different business plan competitions. We were able to get a TV spot on Project Pitch It. It's a local version of Shark Tank, and we were awarded $10,000 on that TV show. This summer, we're gonna be working hard at launching our production facility, so we'll begin manufacturing and packaging and shipping our product. I love my time at UWM, and I'm excited to apply everything that I've learned thus far and see where it gets me.
I would be nothing without you holding me up. Now I'm strong enough for both of us.
I received my letter of acceptance to the nursing program, and a few weeks later found out that I was pregnant. So I had my daughter, and they actually brought in a camera into the class. I could log in virtually, and I could watch my lectures while breastfeeding Marilyn. I could watch my lectures while changing a poopy diaper. And then there was an instructor that actually let me bring Marilyn to class. They really listened to the type of learner that I was and tried their best to figure out a way to make it work. I was blessed to be considered for a Shanghai International Nursing Skills Competition, and we ended up placing first place. I never in a million years could have imagined ending up going to Shanghai and winning first place for a nursing skills competition. I have decided that I will be continuing on with UW-Milwaukee and become a doctorate of nurse practitioner. I'm sure that I will cry at graduation just thinking that I remember watching my mom walk across the stage and how inspiring that was to me. I am so excited to be able to show that to my daughters, and I hope that I can continue to be that role model and just to prove to them that if you have a dream, there is a way to accomplish it.
Giant will be breaking borders underneath our feet.
So these are just a few of the thousands of examples of the life impacting experiences that happen at UW-Milwaukee. As I mentioned earlier, 3,653 today alone. And I can tell you that UW-Milwaukee educates more residents, more students from Wisconsin than any other campus in Wisconsin. And importantly, the number of students that stay here far surpasses any other campus. So we really do fill the talent pipeline, create the partnerships that are so vital for the future of this state. We hope that as alumni, you'll tell your stories often and with great pride, just like many of you are doing on your smartphones right now. We hope that you'll share your post by using the hashtag UWMgrad. Now, let's focus our attention on how our graduates are aligned and adorned in the room today. Those seated closest to the stage currently have or soon will be awarded their academic hoods, the colors of which signify the area of study in their doctoral or master's degree. In the middle of the arena floor are the bachelor degree recipients. And those undergraduate scholars who have completed degrees through the Honors College are wearing pewter-colored stoles. There are 100 students who earned that special stole. 6 days ago, we awarded gold honors cords to bachelor degree candidates from our 10 undergraduate schools and colleges. An impressive 756 were eligible. Students wearing our pewter and gold cords have maintained a GPA of 3.5 or higher throughout their academic career. Will these undergraduate honor students please rise and be recognized? Thank you. There are also 10 students among those earning bachelor's degrees in this morning's ceremony who are academic elites. Each maintained a perfect 4.0 grade point average throughout their entire career at UWM. Please hold your applause until all the names have been read. We have 5 students earning a perfect 4.0 from the College of Letters and Science. They include Morgan Bonert, Aaron Cox, Sarah Damiano, Hannah Smith, and Jessica Wolfson. Will you please rise and be recognized? From the School of Information Studies, we have 3 students, Stephanie Clodier, Robert Nist, and Jenna Teasdale. Please stand and be recognized. And from the School of Education, we have 2 students, Katie Miller and Sarah Videski. Pretty amazing. There's another group among our graduates who I'd like to recognize. Our university has 1,000 military veterans on campus, far more than any other in Wisconsin, and frankly, more than in a 6-state region on any campus, 2 or 4 years. You can recognize our veterans because they're wearing the red, white, and blue braided cord. I'd like to have all of them stand, and all veterans who are in the audience today, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service. There are 2 other outstanding groups among our graduates today. Our McNair Scholars, who are the first in their family to attend college and who come from diverse backgrounds. They have completed a rigorous research program that prepares them to enter graduate school. They're wearing the black and gold stole. And our WisCamp STEM Inspire Scholars, the Wisconsin Alliance for Minority Participation Programs, helps prepare students for the STEM areas by getting them involved in undergraduate research and internships locally and nationally. They're wearing the black WisCamp stole. I would ask the WisCamp and our McNair Scholars to please rise and be recognized. Thank you. As I'm sure you've recognized by now, I'm not alone up here on the stage. Later in today's ceremony, you'll meet the deans of our academic schools and colleges and other contributors to our university. The other remarkable people on stage are here representing important areas of UWM, and they are attending to witness the conferring of degrees. Please allow me to introduce that latter group. I ask the audience to please hold your applause until all individuals are standing. Chris O'Connor, Chair of the University Committee. Kristen Roosevelt, Chair of the Academic Staff Committee. Kelly Haig, Chief Student Affairs Officer. Kurt Stang, CEO of the UWM Foundation. Michael Doylan, Associate Vice Provost and Director of the UWM Libraries. Katie Myota, Chief Enrollment Officer. Tom Lujak, Vice Chancellor for University Relations and Communications. Sue Westlow, Chief of Staff. Joan Prince, Vice Chancellor for Global Inclusion and Engagement. Trudy Turner, Secretary of the University, Patricia Borger, Vice Chancellor for Development and Alumni Relations, David Rasmussen, University Staff Counsel, Robin Van Harpen, Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administrative Affairs, Jennifer Murray, UWM Board of Visitors, and Michelle Putz, Vice President of the UWM Alumni Association. Thank you all for joining us. Our sign language interpreters for today's program are Derek Kanyan and Jill Kinahan Cray. Thank you for our interpreters. You might have noticed today that several people are wearing gold gowns. These individuals are the hardworking UWM Commencement Marshals. All are staff members who have volunteered part of their weekend to help coordinate our ceremony today. They are led by Chief Marshal Seth Lataka, who is the university's registrar. Thank you, Seth. Thank you, all marshals. The University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee is a proud member of the University of Wisconsin system. This is overseen by the UW Board of Regents. Bringing us greetings today from the Regents is Regent Carolyn Stanford Taylor, who I will now introduce. With nearly 4 decades of public education experience, Ms. Stanford Taylor was named Wisconsin State Superintendent of Public Instruction in January of 2019. She's the first African-American state superintendent in Wisconsin history and is committed to building on the vision of, quote, every child a graduate, college, and career ready, and advocating educational equity. She served as a classroom teacher and principal in the Madison Metropolitan School District for over 20 years. In 2001, Carolyn joined the Department of Public Instruction, serving as the Assistant State Superintendent for the Division of Learning Support. She held this position for over 17 years. Carolyn earned bachelor's and master's degrees from UW-Madison. A new regent, she began her service to the board this year. Will you all please welcome Carolyn Stanford Taylor, Regent.
Thank you, Chancellor Mone. And good morning. It is indeed a privilege to be here to share in this special occasion with you. I know I speak for all my fellow regents when I offer sincere congratulations to the graduating class of 2019. The University of Wisconsin system is one of the most respected public university systems in the nation. We work hard to provide students with the knowledge and critical thinking skills necessary for success. And not to put any pressure on you, the future really does lie in your hands. After all, you are about to become the distinguished graduates of one of America's top 131 research universities. You and UW-Milwaukee are bringing the university's best ideas to the marketplace and the wider world. There is no doubt UWM is at the forefront of positive change in this culturally diverse and economically important region. In addition to being a driver of economic and workforce development, our UWM campus successfully brings together students of all ages and backgrounds. The Chancellor repeatedly mentions the importance of non-traditional students, such as military veterans. I know he is proud of UWM and is proud that it was named one of America's most welcoming universities for LGBTQ students. UWM is also seeking federal designation as a Hispanic serving institution. Class of 2019, you really represent the the changing face of Milwaukee and our state. You are our future. On this milestone day, you have every reason to be confident. The education you've received and the experience you've gained along the way are tremendous assets. Graduates, I hope you'll display your UW-Milwaukee diploma with pride. You should graciously accept all the good wishes coming your way today. You have earned them. My fellow Regents and I could not be more proud. Congratulations again to you and to your families. Go Panthers!
Thank you for those kind, supportive comments, Regent Stanford Taylor. Today's graduates are about to join the very distinguished UWM alumni community. Here to tell you a little bit more about the people our graduates are joining is Michelle Putz, Vice President of the UWM Alumni Association. She is the Chief Operating Officer of Ovation Communities. Please welcome to the podium, Michelle Putz.
Thank you, Chancellor. Good morning. On behalf of the more than 190,000 living alumni, and as a proud member of the 1996 and the 2004, I offer my congratulations. I also warmly welcome you to the UWM alumni family. Upon graduation, each of you automatically becomes a member of our dues-free Alumni Association. We will share more information with you via an email later this week. The UWM Alumni Association is pleased to give all the graduates who cross the stage today a commemorative Class of 2019 coin. Congratulations. Finally, we want to keep tabs on how you are doing. You should have already received a survey from the Career Planning and Resource Center, and we ask that you please complete it if you haven't already done so. To the newest members of our strong alumni network, best of luck, keep in touch, and welcome to our family of proud Panthers. Woo! Go Panthers!
Thank you, Michelle. As I look out over this audience, I see countless faces of support. Our graduates have received a great deal of non-academic support and inspiration on their journey to be here today. It has come from parents, spouses, children, friends, colleagues, and family, many who are here and many who are beaming with support from afar. Class of 2019, to recognize everything that's been done by those for you, all of those in the audience and elsewhere that support and inspire you, which led to you being here today, I would like you all, bachelor's, master's, PhD students, to please rise and give your parents, family, friends, and other supporters a thunderous standing ovation. That's terrific, and to all our supporters, I hope you feel the love. Now, let me share a few comments about Mark Adanazio, who is our esteemed commencement speaker. Unless you're taking an extended break from news events, it's likely you've heard more than a few exciting stories about the Milwaukee Brewers. They're in Atlanta today, taking on the Braves. Mark is chairman and principal owner of the Milwaukee Brewers. A native of the Bronx, his formative years were as a New York Yankees fan during the Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris era. But even as a kid, Mark knew Milwaukee as a great baseball city. Now in his 15th season with the Brewers, he's the team's biggest fan and has managed to enliven the whole experience of being a Major League Baseball fanatic in our state. Mark has brought the team within one game of the 2018 World Series and helped the Brewers to be named Baseball America's Organization of the Year. Incredibly impressive. For his day job, Mark is co-founder and managing partner of Crescent Capital Group, an employee-owned alternative asset manager and registered investment advisor with more than $24 billion in assets under management. As if two huge careers weren't enough, Mark is also one of the owners of the Milwaukee Admirals hockey team. With all of his successes, Mark and his wife Debbie give back in remarkable ways, both in Los Angeles, where his firm is headquartered, and in our community. Many of you know that they established the Brewers Community Foundation to positively impact the lives of children and families. The extent of their generous reach over the past 9 years has been immense. The foundation has provided more than 1,800 grants, totaling over $17.5 million to nonprofit organizations focused in Wisconsin. No academic slouch, Mark received a Bachelor of Arts from Brown University and a JD from Columbia University School of Law. Without further delay, it gives me great pleasure to turn things over to our commencement speaker so that we can hear the energy and insights of Mark Adanasio. Mark.
Thank you, Chancellor Mone, for that very nice introduction. It's my great honor to speak to everyone today, in particular the graduates of the class of 2019. Cheers. We're going to make today's speech somewhat interactive, as it appears is the theme of the graduation. And with that, we'll start with a brief video on the Milwaukee Brewers and our organizational values.
Baseball is more than a game. It's a love affair that runs deep within the hearts of those who call the Milwaukee Brewers their own. We are more than just a team. We are a family, drawn together from all walks of life, connected by one common passion. We are guided by the values of dedication, integrity, teamwork, stewardship, and innovation. Dedication. We strive for excellence, because for us, good enough is never good enough. We pursue perfection. We are all in, constantly driven by our desire to win a World Series. Integrity. We are uncompromising in our core values: fairness, diversity, and inclusion. Honesty and integrity are non-negotiables. We believe in serving. We believe in giving. Teamwork. We are all one team. We are all pulling in the same direction. We are invested in one another, support one another, trust one another. We put team above self. Stewardship. We are part of something greater than ourselves, caretakers of a community trust. We are ever mindful that what we do today will leave a lasting impact on those who follow. We recognize that our responsibility to our community extends beyond baseball. Innovation. We are leaders, not followers. We live in the realm of what could be rather than what is. We encourage creativity, seeking to continually grow and improve.
Go Brewers! And given with the spirit of the season, I'd like to add a couple of other cheers, shout-outs. Go Bucks! And finally, for the hometown group here, on the count of three, I want everyone to cheer for the Panthers. 1, 2, 3. Go Panthers! When Chancellor Mone asked me to deliver today's commencement address, I was struck by the fact that 40% of you are in the first generation of your family to graduate from a university. And I know for every one of you how vital the support of your family has been. So, before I begin, sort of the inverse to what Chancellor Monet did. I'd like to recognize the families of the graduates. Would all the families please stand? Families? Families. Thank you, everyone, for the nice round of applause in recognition of what the families have contributed to enable you to receive your degrees today. In the video you just watched, we summarized the core values of the Milwaukee Brewers organization: dedication, integrity, teamwork, stewardship, and innovation. These values apply not only to baseball, but to business and more broadly to life. Today I'm going to touch on a few of those themes in the context of hard work, honesty, teamwork, and helping others in the community. I told Chancellor Monet that I found it interesting that I was asked to give this address since, except for the fact that I own the local Major League Baseball team, I'm not very different from many of you. I grew up in an Italian community in the Bronx, New York. 6 of us, my parents and 4 kids, lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. There was a partition in my parents' bedroom for my sister, and my 2 brothers and I shared another bedroom. I was blessed with loving parents. Many of you may have heard my dad, Joe, sing the national anthem at Miller Park every opening day before he passed away. Thank you. And my mom, Connie, who turns 91 this summer, still stands near my 2 sons' opening day as they sing the anthem, continuing their grandfather's tradition. My parents, both of whom were the first to attend college in their families, put a high value on education. They hoped that we would be more successful than they had been, as they were more successful than their parents had been, and they pushed us to get through school, through higher levels of education, and 3 of the 4 of us siblings attended graduate school, and it appears that was a good plan for life success. When we didn't take our studies seriously enough, my mom would threaten us by waving a flimsy, pink, dainty little slipper in our direction. The sight of that slipper, which represented parental disapproval, was usually enough to get us to buckle down. Another good move on the part of my parents. So, my first theme is hard work. Plain and simple, there is no substitute for hard work. You probably know that since you're receiving a degree from UW-Milwaukee. I assure you that it doesn't get any easier when you leave campus today and go out into the world. Many of you probably know that too, because graduates from here often are several years older than the national average. Even our reigning National League MVP, Brewers player Christian Yelich, spent an hour last month hitting baseballs in an empty ballpark. He was leading the league in home runs. He didn't like the way that his swing felt, and he spent an hour before batting practice, before the team's batting practice, taking extra batting practice because he wasn't satisfied with his swing. A few hours later, he went out and hit 3 home runs in that game, which tells you hard work does pay off. My second theme is honesty. Nothing I can impart to you today is more crucial than the need to be honest, both with yourself and with others. Imagine that everything you do is being reported on the front page of the Journal Sentinel. Or maybe more relevant to your generation, imagine that all of your actions are trending on Twitter. Consider what the people who matter most to you, or any children you might have, would think about reading that story in print or online. What would your future self think? You've already accomplished so much, but all of it can evaporate if you lose the respect of others and your self-respect because you've lost your integrity. My third theme is teamwork. In Major League Baseball, we play 162 games in 180 days, with games during spring training And we hope during the postseason we can play over 200 games a year. And for all of you, in this calendar year, there are a total of 261 working days. When you start your jobs and work 261 days a year, you'll need the support of your colleagues, both those of whom or for whom you work and those who will work for you. Our manager, Craig Counsell, likes to tell everyone in our organization, we're all in it together, meaning it's not just the guys in uniform on the field. The players recognized this when their spectacular 2018 season was over. They got together and took $1.2 million from the extra money they received from Major League Baseball for playing in the postseason. And they distributed this money to groundskeepers, to clubhouse attendants, and also to ushers, security guards, and others who had looked after all their families and them in the family section in Miller Park. Now that is a true winning team. My fourth and last theme is helping others. As we said in the video, we're all part of something greater than ourselves. I've discussed family in the workplace, where you'll be a member of a team, and now want to emphasize the significance of making a difference in the community. There's a lot of media focus on what goes on in Washington, D.C. these days. Probably 600 people there are responsible for making the laws in this country, if you want to count the president, his cabinet, and members of Congress. Yet, there are 325 million Americans outside of Washington, D.C., with vast numbers of young adults like you among them. And you can take responsibility as well. Your responsibility should be to help others so that you leave things better than you found them. During the past few years, a number of Brewers players removed their batting gloves and fielding gloves and replaced them with work gloves. They and their coaches, as well as their spouses, have constructed houses, built playgrounds, and renovated a kitchen and a shelter in Milwaukee, all in the service of the community here in Milwaukee. You, too, are empowered to make a difference in your community in many different ways. Rise to that challenge. I'll applaud for rising to a challenge. It's impossible to know what your world will look like in the future and what opportunities and challenges await. Who can believe that the iPhone isn't even 12 years old? No matter what lies ahead, I hope you'll keep in mind the importance of the values we discussed today: hard work, honesty, teamwork, and helping others in the community. And there's one more thing I'd like you to do. Have fun. And this last part will be quite interactive. You've noticed that when a Brewer player does something special during a game, he waves his fingers like this. All the guys in the dugout then return the gesture. Everyone is saying, "Show me some love." The players have a lot of fun doing that, and the fans have a lot of fun watching them. I think a major part of the Brewers' success last season and our ongoing success now is the fact that everyone enjoys what he or she is doing as a member of the team, both on the field and in the community. So, graduates, stand up, applaud yourselves, stand up, and wave your fingers, because you truly deserve the love. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mark. You're an inspiration. Thank you, Debbie. Go Brewers. This morning, we have the privilege of awarding the 142nd and 143rd honorary degrees in the 63-year history of our university. That small total should tell you that an honorary degree does not come easily. Such a degree is granted only after a candidate's nomination is approved by the UWM Honorary Degrees Committee, the UWM Faculty Senate, and the University of Wisconsin System Board of Regents. To help conclude this lengthy process, I call on Provost and Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs, Johannes Britz.
Thank you, Chancellor Moni. I now call upon Dean Kim Litvak from the College of Nursing to bring forward Dr. Marian Broom. So, Chancellor Moni, the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee cites Dr. Marian Broom, a guardian of children and truth. The Dean and Ruby F. Wilson Professor of Nursing and Vice Chancellor for Nursing Affairs at Duke University, Dr. Broom is an expert in pediatric nursing research and practice. She also is Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs for Nursing at Duke University Health System. Her research has explored issues, including interventions to help children cope with pain, informed consent, and assent for children in research misconduct in clinical trials, and ethical dilemmas in publishing and leadership for nurse executives. Very impressive research agenda. Dr. Broom has published more than 119 papers in 58 refereed nursing, medical, and interdisciplinary journals. And on top of that, she has also written 7 books as well as 20 chapters in books. She is also the president for the Society for Pediatric Nurses. Chancellor Moni, I present Dr. Marian Broom for the honorary degree, Doctor of Science in Nursing Leadership.
Thank you, Provost Britz. I'm also pleased to share that Dr. Broom was on our faculty in the 1990s for 5 years, really helping advance our College of Nursing, helping put us on the map, which we have retained today with the great leadership of Dr. Kim Litvak. Upon recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, I am pleased to confer upon you, Dr. Marian Broom, the honorary degree, Doctor of Science in Nursing Leadership. I ask again Provost Britz to continue the honorary degree segment of our ceremony.
Thank you, Chancellor Moni. I now call upon Dean Ellen Shoho of the School of Education to bring forward our second honorary degree recipient, Mary Kellner. Chancellor Moni, the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee cites Mary Kellner, educator, counselor, mental health advocate, and philanthropist. Mary is a giving educator through and through. After receiving a master's in education psychology right here from UWM, she taught elementary school and worked as an elementary guidance counselor. And she has also spent the last 2 decades volunteering and serving in leadership roles for numerous nonprofit organizations, focused on lifting up individuals through education, including, and I just list a few, the Schools That Can Milwaukee, I Have a Dream program, Next Door, and also Pathways High, a new project-based high school right here in Milwaukee. Mary is devoted to helping address the achievement gap for Milwaukee's children. And together with her husband, Ted, Mary established the Kilbourn Foundation in 1984. The foundation has funded thousands of scholarships for low-income students. She was a trustee for the Faye Macbeth Foundation for 10 years and is also currently a trustee of the Cardinal Stritch University. Chancellor Moni, I present Mary Kellner for the honorary degree Doctor of Educational Psychology.
Thank you, Provost Britz. I will say, Dr. Kellner, this is your second degree, your second doctorate, because you already have a degree, a PhD, from Cardinal Stritch University in administrative leadership. So this is a wonderful additional honor, I think, for you. Upon recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, I am pleased to confer upon you, Dr. Mary Kellner, the honorary degree, Doctorate of Educational Psychology. We are now about to begin the most anticipated and important part of today's program, when we recognize our graduates, you. Four volunteers make up a vital part of this portion of the program, the people who read graduates' names. I'd like to thank our readers for their help today. They are Andrea Azarian, Catherine Loomis, and Betty Warris. Let's hear it for them. A final word for all of our ceremony participants. To make today's program as meaningful to the last graduate who walks across the stage as it is to the first, I request that after you receive your degree, that you respectfully return to your seat for the remainder of the ceremony. Your fellow graduates and I thank you for that consideration. It's rainy, it's not a good day. The Game of Thrones isn't until late tonight. The Bucks are in Toronto at 6 o'clock, come on now. Besides, if you leave early, you'll miss the debut showing at the end of the ceremony of our popular annual graduation video that features, as always, our remarkable students. And of course, I'm doing some crazy things somewhere in there. You might see me doing that. So, now, parents, families, friends, these are final words of instruction to you as well. You may have been asked by your graduate not to shout or cheer when their name is read. You know, there is decorum. This is a formal ceremony. We get that. But please know that a chancellor outranks a student and our graduates. Their request is hereby overruled. Do not hesitate. Do not hesitate to show your appreciation for their accomplishment, and I now call upon Provost Johannes Britz to begin the process of awarding our academic degrees. Provost.
Thank you, Chancellor Moni. I now call upon Dean of the Graduate School, Dean Maria Gajordziska-Józefowska, in short, Dean Maria, who will present candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Nursing Practice.
Candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Nursing Practice will please rise. Chancellor Moni, these scholars have devoted years of intensive work to graduate study and research. In addition, they have defended dissertations and clinical projects that have been accepted by faculty committees as substantial contributions to knowledge and practice in their respective fields. Therefore, upon recommendation of the Graduate Faculty Committee and by vote of the Board of Regents, they're presented for the highest academic recognition within the university, the doctoral degree.
Thank you, Dean Gajordziska-Józefowska. You have completed the requirements for your doctorate, and on the recommendation of the Graduate Faculty Committee, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the University of Wisconsin System Board of Regents, I admit you to the appropriate doctor's degree. In testimony thereof, come forward at the direction of the marshals with your escort and receive your diploma and the emblem of your achievement, the academic hood.
Rachel Elizabeth T. Winkle, escorted by Professor Istvan Lauko.
Linda Wesp, escorted by Dr. Julia Sneathen.
Thomas Stoisavoich, escorted by Professor Istvan Lauko.
Michelle Jansen, escorted by Dr. Julia Sneathen.
Alan Daigle, escorted by Professor Tammy Williams.
Kirsten Call, escorted by Dr. Jennifer Deering.
Jeffrey Gimps, escorted by Professor William Keith.
Rolanda Palmer, escorted by Dr. Sarah Morgan.
Mary Klinkenbeard, escorted by Professor Marcia Mays.
Lisa Brandt, escorted by Dr. Sarah Morgan.
Anne Marie Blanchard, escorted by Professor Liam Callanan.
Megan Ariati, escorted by Dr. Michelle Holfus.
Joseph Labitz, escorted by Professor Joseph Alstead.
John Hernandez, escorted by Professor Michelle Holfus.
Tyler Fensky, escorted by Professor Alan Schwabaker.
Amanda Carlson, escorted by Professor Diane Shadowald.
Heidabola Oyafusi, escorted by Professor Jian Chen.
Carol Ann Garza Gounod, escorted by Dr. Susan Bonus.
Joseph Johnston, escorted by Professor Mark McBride.
And then Makandawiri. Fatin Alfafi, escorted by Dr. Lucy Makandawiri.
Jennifer Hayes, escorted by Professor John Richards.
Tamaya Wright, escorted by Dr. Julie Darmody.
Monique Hassam, escorted by Professor Erica Bornstein.
Rachel Ann Zickert Redman, escorted by Dr. Julie Darmody.
Jonathan Bryce Dellinger, escorted by Professor Sang-Yong Kim.
Kelsey Mizey, escorted by Dr. Julie Darmody.
Brittany Starr Peck, escorted by Dr. Aaron Ruppel.
Catherine Jean Elizabeth Kretschmar, escorted by Dr. Carol Klingbeil.
Christy Giugello, escorted by Professor Lindsay Timmerman.
Patrice Fidel, escorted by Dr. Jeannie Erickson.
Stefan Seawick, escorted by Professor Hanju Lee.
Amy Babcock, escorted by Dr. Jeannie Erickson.
Kristen Maple, escorted by Professor Krista Lisdahl.
Nicholas Davey, escorted by Dr. Hyung-Kyung Oh.
Ellen Sikora, escorted by Professor Hobart Davies.
Andrea Gansky, escorted by Dr. Julie Ellis.
Christina Islo, escorted by Professor Javier Siemens.
Marilyn Bazinski, escorted by Dr. Julie Ellis.
Rini Banerjee, escorted by Professor Daud Safarini.
Shahira Undagiri, escorted by Dr. Akanil Talsma.
Julene Dixon, escorted by Professor Heather Owen.
Kenneth Elledge, escorted by Dr. Akanil Talsma.
Mike Visitsuk, escorted by Jennifer Gutzman.
David Seckman, escorted by Dr. Simone Conceição.
B. Charles, escorted by Professor Patricia Richards.
Linda Caples, escorted by Dr. Simone Conceição.
Helen Werner, escorted by Professor Patricia Richards.
Toshiba Adams, escorted by Dr. Raquel Farmer Hinton.
Krista Grensevich, escorted by Mary Wiesner Hanks.
Melissa Madsen, escorted by Dr. Marty Sapp.
Amal L. Hamir, escorted by Professor Sandra Pucci.
Khalud Labanya, escorted by Dr. Sarah Joswick.
Yasser Elbat Betty, escorted by Professor Hamid Oli.
Nancy Sim, escorted by Dr. Maggie Bartlett.
Sarah Doan, escorted by Professor David Clark.
Rachel Dobrock, escorted by Dr. Barbara Bales.
David Cordy, escorted by Professor Mark Harris.
Nathan Joint, escorted by Dr. Barbara Bales.
Catherine Pauls, escorted by Professor Julie Bowles.
Parisa Maymond, escorted by Dr. Jeffrey Hawkins.
Charles Beer, escorted by Professor Richard Stockbridge.
Elizabeth Ehrenberger, escorted by Dr. Elise Fratura.
Olivia Yu, escorted by Professor Alexander Arnold.
And Anna Benton, escorted by Dr. Kyung-Bung Kwon.
Stephen Anthony, escorted by Professor Gregory Carter. Shuyi Lee, escorted by Professor Joel Rast. Gongon Lee, escorted by Professor James Cook. Rajwana Jahan, escorted by Professor James Cook. Lena Padmakar Sethi, escorted by Professor Sergey Kuchin.
Please give a round of applause to the doctoral degree recipients. Chancellor Moni, Dean Maria will now award the master's degrees and education specialist degrees to candidates who have fulfilled the degree requirements.
Thank you, Provost Britz. Would the degree candidates for Master of Arts, Master of Library Information Science, Master of Science, Master of Freshwater Science, Master of Nursing, Master of Public Health Administration, Master of Public Health, Master of Human Resource and Labor Relation, and Master of Social Work, plus the candidates for the education specialist degrees, please rise. Chancellor Moni, I present these candidates for a second, third, or terminal degree in their respective fields. Upon recommendation of the Graduate Faculty Committee and by vote of the Regents, they're eligible for admission to their appropriate degrees.
Thank you. You have completed the requirements for the appropriate master's or specialist degrees. On recommendation of the Graduate Faculty Committee, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, I admit you to the appropriate master's and specialist degree. In testimony thereof, please come forward and receive your diploma when directed by the marshals. Until then, please be seated.
Helen Bader School of Social Welfare. Nicole Renee Treater.
School of Freshwater Sciences, Terry McCarthy.
Gabriella Lizama.
Mitch Olds.
Isabella Valdivia.
Anne Lincolnheld.
Courtney Kallenberger.
Aaron Gansky.
Brittany Cruz.
Ricardo Jaimes.
Corbin Samuelson.
Alexis McAdams.
Kathleen Kleppy.
School of Public Health.
Falak Ishak.
Michaela Becker.
Jacqueline Stensel.
Megan Connick,
Amanda Rico,
Abby Van Handel,
Hannah Rollinger,
Nilaganga Patel,
Bree Young,
Drew Schuster,
Rebecca Sprague,
Jacob Fisher,
Winter Turner,
Kelly Rush,
Amanda Josephson,
Laura Moss,
Kayla Glynn,
Marae
Martha Kinnan,
Marae Perzan,
Jennifer Piran,
Angela Tao,
Madeline Charles,
Radea Ellis,
Laura Werner,
Ispa Bader,
Amanda Cook,
College of Nursing,
Cameron Armstrong,
Yolanda Renee Coleman,
Joseph Donahue,
Roberta Najipi,
Jasmine Stokey,
Megan Conley,
Cynthia Valdevira,
Jacqueline Volts,
Adrian O'Neill,
Elizabeth Stewart,
Danielle Olson,
Myra Johnson,
Amanda Franzen,
School of Information Studies,
Kevin Richard Schlichter,
Michelle Axmere Ruckelman,
Audrey Rudersdorf,
Marvin Jansen,
Melanie Van Asten,
McKenna Johnson,
Amanda Kanan,
Abby Dean Byril,
Alexandra Belcher,
Angela Olson,
Madison Williams,
Kathleen Page,
Melissa Nelson,
Brittany Herr,
Wylisa McIntosh,
Carly Lawrence,
Kelly Bell,
Heidi Heller,
Kao Vang,
Amanda Wuso,
Gator Ahmad,
Jessica Ilias,
Lindsay Hill,
Julia Anderson,
Kendra Christensen,
Alex Keimel,
Morgan Miles,
Emily Tonnicliffe,
Joel Balicki,
Rebecca File,
Whitney Simone Sanders,
Tracy Vriki,
John Hohen,
School of Education,
Deidre Marsh,
Catherine Lewis,
Alexandra Finken Herbs,
Derek Yurkuski,
Maria Dimakopoulos,
Alyssa Wilson,
Frank Lewis,
Kayla Allen,
Portia Hadley,
Ashley Ackman,
Caroline Enrique Gaetan,
Tiffany Abbott,
Nicole Drake,
James Stevens,
Braylon Grinwald,
Maxwell King,
Emma Myron,
Brittany Miller,
Hannah Julius,
Olivia Blaine,
Wimenrat Lowawatana,
Caleb Crossett,
Maikau Zhang,
Kristen Reams,
Mainu Zhang,
Mark Raymond,
Veiku Lo,
Amanda Markwart, Pachiwa Lore,
College of Letters and Science,
Courtney Sue Burned,
Annalise Pruney,
Alexandra Meyer,
Ashley Cappers,
Fatima Gulaid,
Dragana Zivanovich,
Catherine Betka,
Ashley Brinkman,
Courtney Maple Payne,
Erica Kirkstein Zastro,
Jonathan Ahrens,
Jamie Harris,
Caitlin Lewis,
Molly Alomari,
Patrick Rooney,
Ayer Kader Awald,
Beatriz Aranda,
Samantha Burgos,
Zoe Shook,
Chloe Smith,
Brianna Sawinski,
Danielle Kepke,
Angeline Auk,
Hannah Kleka,
Sarah Wisniewski,
Margaret Kowitz,
Megan Littell,
Anna Vudenlicht,
Cambrielle Wash,
Jacqueline Siranovia,
Jervar Henderson,
Danilo Dosh Linhars,
Mania Tao Yang,
Michael Welch,
Brittany DeWint,
Carissa Langlo,
Amy Shields,
Eric Wagenke,
Christopher Prusha,
Ayurama Kochi,
Crystal Sandman,
Sajinder Singh,
Alicia Blando McCarty,
Paul Davidson,
Kathleen Otlesvig,
Courtney Dunklin,
Traquan Martin,
Julia Anderson,
Dontre Coffey,
Lindsay Kelpinski,
Darnisha Harper,
Azalise Coltree,
Stephen Michael Zukowski,
Sophia Coleno,
Anna Knacker,
Emily Mueller,
Rachel Stuffle,
Mackenzie Smith,
Heather Wolf,
Brittany Nitch,
Jenna Wall,
Jacqueline Koenigs,
Anna Holcomb,
Jade Hong,
Emily Andrew,
Bakre Jong,
Crystal Bruce Conwa,
Bo Bernhoff,
Trevor Allen Nukerchin,
Bradley Steckart,
Latrice Barbie,
Edgar Romeo,
Ebony Phillips,
Jason DeWitt,
Olivia Cross,
Stephen Cunnett, Savannah Marcizik, Andrew Sela, Kayla Simanchek, Lodi Hook, Ryan Paulus, Tenshi Kawashima, Jesse Campa, Anna Fleer, Marcus Bricht, Jenny Bethauser, Tobias Teitz, Hendrik Schwarberg, Mark Schultz, Tobias Furtwanger, Leo Elsar, Stefan Domke, Joshua Daicha, Nikita Werner, Chris Dopich, Barbara Dahlgreen, Dasmald McMillan, Ella Filet Asari, Precious Aklasu, Shadrach Nainu, Tana Bluejess, Carissa Weiss. Alexander Walls. Cameron Quaddy. Samantha Maloney. Yang-Chu Shin. Olivia Lonetti. Jeremy Schrupp. Taylor Dews. Sophia Pause. Timothy Dobson. Megan Gross. Bailin Zhao. Nicholas Sotu. Madeline Crawford. Robert Penner. Saeed Hamza. Zachary Danovich. Zinem Kandemir. Felix Turiam. Alex Belkey. Anisha Jan. Sophia Denise Thiem. Farshad Bonjeira. Lebish Kumar.
So please give a round of applause to the master's and special degree graduates. So, Chancellor Moni, we now come to the part of the program that has been known to get rather loud. It is that part that recognizes those candidates who have completed their studies leading to the bachelor's degree. I now call upon Dean Scott Grenard of the College of Letters and Science.
Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science in the College of Letters and Science, please rise. Chancellor Moni, these deserving candidates have completed their course requirements, and upon the recommendation of the outstanding faculty of the College of Letters and Science, and by the vote of the Regents, they are presented for their appropriate degree. Candidates, you may now please sit.
Thank you, Dean Scott. I now call upon Dean Tom Lipinski of the School of Information Studies.
Will candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Information Science and Technology please rise? Chancellor Moni, these candidates have completed their course requirements, and upon recommendation of the faculty of the School of Information Studies and by the vote of the Regents, they are presented for their degree. Candidates, please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Tom. I now call upon Dean Kim Litvak of the College of Nursing.
Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in the College of Nursing, please rise. Chancellor Moni, these outstanding soon-to-be nurses in the state of Wisconsin have completed their course requirements, and upon recommendations of the faculty of the College of Nursing and by vote of the Regents, they are presented for their degree. Candidates, please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Litvak. I now call upon Dean Ellen Shoho of the School of Education.
Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in the School of Education, please rise. Chancellor Mone, these candidates have completed their course requirements, and upon recommendation of the faculty of the School of Education and by vote of the Regents, they are presented for their degree. Candidates, please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Allen. I now call upon Dean Stan Stojkovic of the Helen Bader School of Social Welfare.
Candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Helen Bader School of Social Welfare, please rise. Chancellor Mone, these outstanding candidates have completed their course requirements, and upon recommendation of the faculty of the Helen Bader School of Social Welfare and by vote of the Regents, they are presented for their degree. Candidates, please be seated.
Thank you, Dean Stan. And now will all the candidates for the bachelor degree please rise. So, Chancellor Mone, these brilliant and outstanding candidates from the several schools and colleges of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee have been presented by their respective deans for their appropriate degrees.
Thank you, Provost Britz. You have completed the requirements of your respective degrees. Therefore, upon recommendation of the various faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system, I admit you to the appropriate bachelor's degrees to the course that you have completed. In testimony thereof, you may come forward and receive your diploma when directed by the marshals. Until then, please remain seated.
College of Letters and Science, Danielle Paulson.
School of Information Studies, Jean-Marc Julien.
Corey Hume.
Jet Herr.
Melissa Perkins.
Shannon MacArthur.
Gabrielle Dahl.
Viridiana Rocha.
Monica Arbuckle.
Charita Amarmat.
Maysum Karim.
Alexander Mitchell Robinson.
Briha Shia.
Javier Nunez.
Faiza Ali.
Shaunik Kulkarni.
Hilda Martinez Ramirez.
Justin Schinginger.
Anita Kersey.
David Whitmore.
Auburn Geller.
Michael Deschler.
Emily Parrott.
Jean-Pierre St. Louis.
Jenna Zambrowski.
Keyshawn Stewart.
Megan Page.
Andrew McLaughlin.
Mackenzie Lewis.
Michael Christie.
Matthew Blehash.
Jonathan Marcel.
Kristen Jurdy.
Joshua Mack.
Rabia Koprogo.
Brett Long.
Deborah McShane.
Thomas Parika.
Taylor Pavlicek.
Rawan Mackey.
Darian Yeager.
Nico Vang.
Josephine Hayes Birchler.
Zachary Kurtzyborn.
Haley Storsved.
Isaac Wynn.
Alec Billingsley.
Austin Honeycutt.
Pawandeep Mann.
Sara Katalovich.
Sarah Wink.
Dominic Potratz.
Amanda Miller.
Jacob Daniel.
Jesse Treadway.
Valerie Woods.
Jocelyn Galagas.
Maddie Roughton.
Dimitri Panopoulos.
Cole Kavrillian.
Charles Drummond.
Seng Tao.
Yolanda Tennessee.
Daniel Benemerito.
Samuel Elder.
Justin Aniban.
Dane Lasecki.
Ryan Taylor.
Samuel Rogers.
Tu Chang.
Claudia Casillas.
Willie Larks.
Hunter Johnson.
Bingwu Yin.
Alexander Henson.
Honpeng Yang.
Brendan O'Connor.
Jeffrey Beeman.
Zachary Komasa.
Jamar Manning.
Johanna Mickling.
Matthew Schubring.
Yijun Gao.
Guillermo Rivera.
Daniel Gilliam.
Sujit Ramagoni.
Robert Booth.
Anand Nama.
Teresa Mayland.
Kevin Yang.
Abigail Coop.
Roy Truno.
McShay Jones.
Teresa Gabriela Escobar Rivera.
Katie Kimmerly.
Deasia Hamilton.
Lauren Denis.
Andrea Bailey.
Hillary Skirkle.
Kirk Edwards.
Brandon Mikulski.
Nicholas Jeski.
Ali Shana.
Christian Spearing.
Wazef Mahmoud.
Isabel Bloom.
Heather Waters.
Maria Gamino Schleit.
Zainab Mian.
Kunal Kalia.
Olivia Gloria.
Benjamin Bridwell.
Ben Clementi.
Preston Wraithley.
Robert Skubal.
Addison Krieger.
Jordan Theanis.
Shayla Kirby.
James Kroll Thompson.
Austin Schwong.
Tanner Kronseg.
Jason Becker.
Sarah Stacy.
Gregory Johnson.
Brianne Rosewitz.
Rihanna Steele.
Shara Corvea Calderon.
Gloria Temba.
Sean Lou Boda.
Bang Vang.
Casey Ang.
Jorge Gutierrez.
Raminderjeet Kaur.
Timothy Durkee.
Camille Pata.
Adriana Gibbs.
Samantha Ewert.
Como Vang.
Quinton Anderson.
Jocelyn Bender.
Jusira McGee.
Silver Hua.
Emily Rockovan.
Omar Ujuele.
Cody Schumacher.
College of Nursing, Miri Yoon.
Dana Dittman.
Gwen Liban.
Ishmael Padilla.
Mary Nelizin.
Dimitrik Maygown.
Sarah Cook.
Bethany Schuler.
Abby Strake.
Clarence B. Glenn Jr.
Bettina Dietrich.
Madeline Telderer.
Sanjo Lacal.
Gillian Kearney.
Chris Halber.
Kimberly Weatherly.
Travis Gaines.
Haley Foster.
Josie Shurik.
Jessica Hunt.
Jeline Saylor.
Jeffrey Hartnell.
Elizabeth Steinley.
Kekovia Lee.
Kylie Post.
Justin Look.
Sydney Snyder.
Hannah Marole.
Sarah Woyan.
Joshua Kite.
Mercedes Islas.
Anchal Scott.
Tiffany Spare.
Patricia Dare.
Jenna Smetters.
Flor Rivera.
Krista Davis.
Nicole Kujawa.
Alex Velasquez.
Courtney Cruz.
Caitlin Eckert.
Kelsey Jean Henry.
Jordan Silverman.
Elise Hayden.
Brenda Robles.
Michaela Moore.
Karina Miracola.
Emily Cusack.
Remington Lane.
Kaylin Newman.
Tamika Johnson.
Emily Colorstrand.
Wyatt Bowling.
Kirsten Korgard.
Brian Weidenfeller.
Monique Cano.
Catherine Beege.
Evan Heffelfinger.
Morgan McAndrews.
Miguel Garcia.
Rebecca Ecom.
Joanne Marzolich.
Alyssa Stark.
Andrew Marcetti.
Wade Snowden.
Michaela Andrew.
Nicole Walrath.
Kaylee Knutson.
Bryce Billigan.
Courtney Kroll.
Jessica Hallback.
Joshua Goldbaum.
Briley Talbert.
Stephanie Mata.
Gianna Sturino.
Manuel Mora.
Vanessa Gonzalez.
Denzel Martin.
Jamie Emery.
Alex Tyerman.
Gabrielle Weiss.
Antonella Fonsave.
Tannen Harsla.
Hannah Bartlett.
Megan Asensio.
Badre Wari.
Darian Mastandria.
Bailey Spring Van Warmer.
Bella Hedry.
Harrison Bay.
Ashley Sapi Escobedo.
Stephanie Kusuda.
Jenna Backus.
Noelle Klitzy.
Carly Lubner.
Kennedy Matoxin.
Rebecca Huss.
Cassandra Danielle Brett.
Megan Tagliapietra.
Danielle Miller.
Alyssa Saunders.
Jonathan Brennan.
Brooke Bertrand.
Jesus Rivera.
Karina Lempert.
Natalie Kugelur.
Cassie Waiter.
Samantha Surovitz.
Melissa Rosa.
Riley Bohag.
Elizabeth Pempeck.
Jessica Laughlin.
Kabao Zhang.
Emily Triffick.
Emily Bono.
Serafina Grimm.
Adela Luisa Morales Enriquez.
Liliana Anderson.
Erica Anderson.
Sarah Wise.
Helena Cunliffe Owen.
Brianna Marquise.
Jessica Knuth.
Leah Pinkowski.
Hannah Shabella.
Tammy Marie Barnett.
Olayemi Belo.
Stephen Bartelson.
Candice Beltran.
Brianna Buss.
Tolu Akande.
Jenna Hashek.
Carly Shufflebine.
Grant Messman.
Odalis Garza.
Anastasia Pip.
Margaret Gray.
Mackenzie Adrian Kroll.
Allie Robel.
Ian Durbin O'Hare.
Christina Neneg,
Theodore Shaw,
Lauren Caberline,
Christopher Tonika,
Madeline Carroll,
Alexandria Pearson,
Renee Willie,
Marisa Paulson,
Brianna Livingston,
Ashley Andress,
Denisha Bonds,
John Rolex Manasala,
Stephen McGahee,
Kira Kep,
Hamza Hamden,
Fiona Rausch,
Razan Assad,
Billy Meyer,
Judy Catton,
Caitlin Weber,
Samuel Jansen,
Amber Marzette,
Martina Jackson,
Hannah Doyle,
Konecheku Ozoma,
Cynthia Bull,
Jordan Freehoff,
Cheyenne Acevedo,
Rory Cerny,
Madeline Fruce,
Brian Davido,
Scott Depew,
Nathan Chapman,
Theodore Kraus,
Madison Alexander,
Marisa Linding,
Jessica Etta,
Chris Barleyden,
Faven Abraham,
Alexander Kavelko,
Amber Fields,
Marley Giacomelti,
Carrie Hebert,
Haley Smith,
Haley Posh,
Ashley Pansick,
Alina Villani,
Jennifer Lehner,
Madison Pimpo,
Chris Kadowski,
Penny Serrano,
Nicole Elsner,
Rosalie Smith,
Malia Shafiq,
Stephanie Buskey,
Andrew Bolt,
Matthew Bruders,
Kyle Eubanks,
Mary Biedenmeyer,
Lauren Hahn,
School of Education, Sarah K. Gengler,
Kyle Battle,
Allegra Rowland,
Daniel Webb,
Kathleen Ellie Clemens,
Alicia Milton,
Taylor Keenan,
Ian Lukey,
Jeffrey Castles,
Sarah Lukey,
Audrey Naveen,
Caleb Reitz,
Grace Mildebrandt,
Sydney Allen,
Brandon Radke,
Yahira Santa Cruz,
Adriana Murphy,
Chelsea Martz,
Jamie Larson,
Brittany Wyrick,
Melissa Garner,
Casey Bausch,
Elizabeth Strime,
Brianna Bostenchi,
Megan Milan,
Peyton Dawn,
Elizabeth Zilkowski,
Jacria Moore,
Danielle Moore,
Lauren Singer,
Sergio Sepulveda,
Nor Elzabach,
Josephine Hildebrandt,
Kelsey O'Hara,
Scott Hurst,
Brianna Richard,
Megan Steffes,
Corin Nieses,
Marissa Woodward,
Meredith Scheringer,
Daniel Rathman,
Sarah Nelson,
Alicia Heck,
Elizabeth Sloan,
Kayla Murnick,
Kavi Connerat,
Claire Sternad,
Samuel Caravello,
Thomas Jace Fenton,
Mackenzie Sima,
Jennifer Poprocki,
Troy Dorlock,
Crystal Tuchel,
Rebecca Poop,
Abigail Myers,
Natalie Schultz,
Madison Henningfeld,
Michael Hayenga,
Catherine Thompson,
Akela Murthy,
John Shank,
Alexis Lyons,
Austin Hurst.
Nicholas Kunat.
Maria Orozco.
Andrew Casper.
Raven Chappelle.
Amanda Landowski.
Simone Gaines Sharp.
Taylor Smith.
Dina Ahmad.
Alexandra Haybeck.
Amy Sadler.
Morgan Bonnert.
Brittany Sidecheck.
Eve Tao.
Samuel Griffin.
Renee Schutte.
Tiffany Becker.
Brett Lawfer.
Shay Crary.
Carly Hill.
Elizabeth Herber.
Maura Roberts.
Serena Science.
John Diaz.
Karen Ann Cumlin.
Tibor Dolshigovich.
Shakayla and Jakayla Telford.
Sean Schuler.
Renata Gashenica.
Bradley Haney.
Madeline Stolenwork.
Myra Castillo.
Alyssa Prindle.
Melissa Lieberthal.
Ryan Gainey.
Brian Heidi.
Shaparis Johnson.
Biakchin Thang.
Brianna Suggs.
Taquinda Gilbert.
Ashley Cairns.
Alyssa Lemieux.
Rachel Oltisvig.
Grace Malik.
Sabrina Diaz.
Mary Dunn.
Christina Bolden.
Austin Wood.
Nicholas Comella.
Andrew Doan.
Janet Isabel Hernandez.
Stefan Stavanovich.
Courtney Windsor.
Pilar Otvera.
Caitlin Dusterbeck.
Diane Bush.
Amina Bledsoe Johnson.
Tyler Bordner.
Logan Scarpace.
Molly O'Brien.
Tia Unger.
Emma Rafferty.
Carissa Trevorrow.
Joshua Rodriguez.
Katia Lopez Ramirez.
Samantha Barrett.
Caitlin Kester.
Laura Radeevich.
Daisy Zudrow.
Thomas Stancato.
Kyle Peterson.
Weston Kunegi.
Kathleen Tokars.
Austin Norberg.
Alyssa Newville.
Robert Erickson.
Elliot Rogan.
Eric Roberts.
Jason Petrillo.
Sarah Slatter.
Kaylee Nielsen.
Kayla Getsky.
Katie Miller.
Deanna Hutchins.
Rachel Lee.
Lauren Vincent.
Justine Aiello.
Sarah Ortega.
Emma Iden.
Lindsay Caviani.
Jenna Daly.
Nicole Ostrowski.
Jennifer Gibbs.
Peterson Brackman.
Daniel McCrory.
Trenton Wilkinson.
Samantha Gevart.
Carlos Munoz.
Megan O'Rourke.
Jonas Tiags.
Sonia Reistad.
Amy Sorensen.
Amber Brooks.
Benjamin Koznicki.
Paige Blanchett.
Francesca Beasy.
Maureen Mo Flanagan.
Tashay West.
Kelsey Dickinson.
Kayla Brings.
Allison Arnold.
Alicia Radecki.
Allie Patton.
Rachel Breisch.
Caroline Weatherall.
John Rabideau.
Mia Morgan.
Ashley McDonald.
Cristina Villegas.
Christopher Anderson.
Marisela Martin.
Abigail Belling.
Vance Antoine Johnson.
Roland Kolowitz.
Raminderjeet Kaur.
Talise Shelbourne.
Nariana Rios.
Sydney Gutman.
Devin Harness.
Carolina Garay.
Jessica Labs.
Nina Alawani.
Leah Johnson.
Ahmed Alzarani.
Chase Dallas.
Francesca Sanchez.
Megan Uzelding.
Lena Friello.
Jessica Kraus.
Christopher Kresser.
Danielle O'Connell.
Stafford Park.
Danielle Ajeku.
Sam Baga.
Janelle and Brianna Garrison.
Caitlin Zacharias.
Colada Dukes Patterson.
Miley Tran.
Helen Bader School of Social Welfare. Teresa Owsley.
Fitzgerald Kyrimi.
Riley Ranger.
Kapita Charlie Rio Tran Kum.
Alyssa Marzette Prawn.
Drew Alexander Vandervelden.
Shirley Albiter.
Kyra Pless.
Robert Brinkman.
Sarah Ali.
Chad Oshesky.
Victoria Shanahan.
Omar Muhammad.
Vasilki Asimopoulos.
Ellen Donovan.
Chadwick Mudd.
Jessica Callahan.
Tyrone Watson.
Emma Exner.
Taylor E. Hutchins.
Asher Kaufman.
Abigail Hutchinson.
Rebecca Osmolsky Prakash.
Hannah Smith.
Tiffany Doobie.
Liam O'Neill.
Kitty Yajaira Cortez Brin.
Jordan Andre.
Hannah Hamburg.
Claudia Delgadillo.
Natalie Menning.
Sierra Trojan.
Molly Ruff.
Haley McLaughlin.
Abby Johnson.
Ed Makowski.
Morgan Madsen.
Royce Podizwa.
Deshauna Turner Smith.
Sam Wisniewski.
Katie Leidig.
Chelsea Valpano.
Samantha Shepard.
Elizabeth St. Pierre.
Kayla Mesco.
Maurisa Young.
Vanessa Martin.
Laura Ball.
Adasia Smith.
Jane Baxter.
Maombi Navati.
Morel Henry.
Lavoris Agee.
Chanel Anastas.
Leah Giuliani.
Barrett Hartman.
Beth Gritzmacher.
Alex Hardig.
Brittany Sherman.
Shannon Volpe's.
Marlene Michelowitz.
Stacy Lancaster.
Amanda Darowitz.
Lydia Scheilice.
Amy Taylor.
Jason Shaw.
Jane Stieber.
Sarah Philippi.
Tyler Horton.
Madeline Kallenbach.
Austin Fish.
Agnesia K. Shepchak.
Kip Williams.
Herbert Forbes.
Audra Fleming.
Mariah Robbins.
Won Kyung Song.
Shannon Simonet.
Madeline Woodruff.
Margaret Lawton.
Nadia Moreno.
Nathan Herr.
Alejandra Gonzalez Espinosa.
Carl Carby.
Jasmine Renta.
Quinn Rosen.
Josiah Lebreche.
Taylor Strickland.
Taylor St. Ange.
Caitlin Erickson.
Tyler Emanuelson.
Rashad Foster.
Alexander Sobiak.
Danielle Gross.
David Rivera.
Dominique Flanagan.
Thomas Nisevich.
Nicholas Yunker.
Hannah Stewart.
Vanessa Limpak.
Jessica Drews.
Aaron Holtz.
Kayla Skenendor.
William Shockey.
Taylor Carter.
Alex Artega.
Catherine Donovan.
Rachel Zadero.
Mason Myers.
Isabella Papalardo.
Blake Spofford.
Eric Scherachter.
Hazel Zhang.
Alejandro Ortiz.
Maria Peterson.
Luke Soldner.
Margaret Powers.
Madeline Randall.
Odalis Santiago Vasquez.
Dylan Bars.
Twinkle Aurora.
Nancy Torres.
McKenna Sandberg.
David Serna Herrera.
Peyton Lau.
Graciela Herrera Hernandez.
Taylor Kunstman.
Rachel Hamgren.
Madeline Shambarek.
Veronica Zermeno.
Anya Sophia Nalen.
Shondell Ballin.
Kendra Nicole Klump.
Brittany Lynn.
Christina Serrano.
Tatiana Gritsevshu.
Molly Nairi.
Mariah Lord.
Alexander McIntosh.
Hannah Fowler.
Dylan Myers.
Isaiah Wilson.
Sarah Wong.
Jonathan Kask.
Allison Hinkle.
Marin Orlowski.
Patrick Buzinski.
Hannah Radshalog.
Jessica Aguilar.
Yesenia Espinoza.
Jalen Cooper.
Joe Honrath.
Marina Johnson.
Catherine Alexander.
Brianna Bloomer.
Braxton Kyle.
Stacy Falk.
Morgan Klingbeck.
Karen Sanchez.
Bailey Nelson.
Guadalupe Ramirez Sanchez.
Jenna Biggie.
Darian Davis.
Logan Larson.
Aaron Mylicki.
Sydney Davis.
Ruby Gonzalez.
Crystal Dernitz.
Stephanie Martinez.
Lucia Faison.
Karina Moran.
Andy Johnson.
Me Tway.
Stephen Duclair.
Asia Joy Marie Henry.
Jonathan Brunsman.
Jackson Bollig.
Peter West.
Ephraim Sandoval.
Preston Sponholz.
Dean Sopsick.
Sarah Patron.
Jeffrey McClory.
Jennifer Ammerman.
Benjamin Lesofsky.
Sarah Saffold.
Elizabeth Yuko.
Johanna Scholenberg.
Jawanda Fields.
Rachel Kohler.
Deshaun Beal.
Elizabeth Seeley.
Caitlin Andrews.
Riley Banasic.
Kamani Hamilton.
Jayla Ashley.
Adriana Galvan.
Olivia Webb.
Asia Rhodes.
Kristen Hitz.
Jasmine Phillips.
Aaron Runkel.
Jacob Berner.
Justin DeWeese.
Yang Vang.
Chifu Mao.
Abigail Pranghofer.
Mark Poe.
Devon Jones.
James McDonald.
Cassie Hack.
Jana Faden.
Anna Melamed.
Luca Bovalone.
Rebecca Tomes.
Louis Filio.
Brett Hudson.
Anthony Valdez.
Shauna Weber.
Crystal Schwartz.
Camille Serow.
Alicia Clancy.
Lee Chang.
Dayton Dunbar.
Rashar Allen.
Victoria House.
Perminder Kaur.
Rachel Heidemann.
Lilibet Cervantes.
Marco Antonio Sanchez.
Thomas Lang.
Lexi Mulhern.
Eli Lonsrick.
Sophia Perry.
Jacob Leonard.
Amber Trice.
Austin Windish.
McKenna Kopeski.
Jack Appel.
Daniel Heft.
Tony Harris.
Tyler Cummings.
Christopher Banton.
Gabrielle Herman.
And Andrew Kitsky.
Emmanuel Sanchez. Alan Moss. Theodora Oker. Eleanor Borden. Joel Kunanen. Riley May. Zachary James Cayley. Alexandria Talski. Melissa Lechner. Trisha Osborne. Hannah Salmon. Ashley Messian. Malawan Shong. Abby Johnson. Leah Obermeyer. Carly Haveman. Lauren Haveman. Danielle Marish. Eva Rodriguez. Olivia Schad. Samantha Joanne Myers. Colin Schultz. Natalia Daust. Eric Held. Tyler O'Donnell. Virginia Viralil. Marco Zacharias. Paku Vang. Zachary Hand. Ryan Meninga. Elena Schneider. Sarah Breeze. Krista Hoffmeyer. Amanda Milligan. Noah Rickel. Colin Flanner. Trong Nguyen. Mallory Pira. Tess Klein. Alyssa Taylor. Sarah Sobelman. Madeline Wilson. Devlin Ferguson. Lucas Dahmer Koch. Morgan Langley. Isabella Fonseca. Daryl Carlson. Corrine Roth, Megan Rauche, Jacob Burns, Nisha Kumar, Brooke Eichlin, Lauren Jones, Bennett Judd, Carly Wendelberger, Alec Huber, Jennifer Miha, John Gaynor, Victoria Guzkowski-Travia, Alexander Delman, Shelby Roseboom, Abigail Brown, Ben Brysath, Jack Carter, Hannah William, Chloe Zambrano, Christopher Pierce, Jordan Lee, Brianna Murphy, Mackenzie Tubridy, Damira Green, Kirsten Thompson, Blaine Kalani, Shemaya Tanner, Sierra Gerlich, Claire Welligis, Parker Thompson, Mitchell Kazamowski, Vincent Bonino, Anne Brent, Molly Schmeling, Joshua Subcheck, James Vander Eden, Colin Wojcik, Joe Coplin, Kelsey Lurkwin, Jocelyn Krotz Jones, Jacob Walt, Kiera Susala, Crystal Chambers, Loretha Jack, Sydney Sowinski, Jeremy Roan, Mei Chao Ku, Maion Brooks, Rebecca Soto, Malak Jaber, Takara Jones, Uru Mustanser, Cassidy Dietert, Nakara Tatum, Emily Martin, Lucia DeLeo, Chung Shao, Sierra Watermolen, Madison Sapanik, Shayna Sahal Green, Xingjing Lei, Felicia Blake, Evan Bennett, Roxana Miranda, Brendalise Valdez, Sumro Riaz, Marika Edwards, Anijah White, Taylor Pate, Corey Gibson, Alfredo Caban. Ayana Bost. Caitlin Bisping. Abdul Rashid Zauri. Mary Grohl. Shannon Dugan. Lauren Peters. Lawrence Spoo. Crystal Boya. Andrea Ruffler. Ashley Hale. Aaron Hoffman. Elizabeth Jasemi. Allison Pavlich. Benjamin Kamenchek. Lexi Hagan. Danielle Schmitterer. Savannah White. Angela Bailing. Elise Lamprecht. Asia Brightly. Osmar Rodriguez. K.U. Zhao. Curtis Radke. Lamont Williams. Abdul Aziz Al-Gamani. Naomi Wilson. Madeline Polachek. Chloe Rose Mann. Jeremy Miller. And Lexi Muzatowski.
Will all bachelor degree recipients please rise? So tradition has it that until a degree is conferred, the tassel must fall to the right of the cap. Now that you are graduates, that has changed. I call on all graduates, with the vocal support of everyone gathered here, to please transfer the tassel from the right to the left. Graduates, please be seated for just another minute. Before we bring today's celebration to a close, let's take a look at what our remarkable students and video team have created to commemorate the class of 2019.
Let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin. Cab ride just up here on the right side. Two more for the road. Sometimes when that game hits the wrong vibe, you take it home. I'm gonna be a people person in the room, a people, I'ma be the kid for the win. Let the games begin. A people person in the room, a people, I'ma be the kid for the win. Let the games begin. Let the games begin. Let the games begin.
talent, myself excluded. It's remarkable how challenging those are, and we've got some really talented students that help put a commemorative video like that together. So now, this brings to a close the May 2019 University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee Commencement Program. As the platform party marches out, I ask the audience to please remain seated and in attendance so that the graduates would stay until directed by the marshals in their areas. After that, the families and friends are welcome to join their graduates in the stage area or wherever else you'd like to take pictures. I want to thank you all again for coming. Have a safe and happy summer. And one more time, congratulations to the class of 2019.